Now, I am a huge supporter of affordable watches. In fact, since I've had this channel, my most asked question is what is a great watch between about $100 and $500? In today's world, especially here in the US, a lot of people wear Apple Watches and they look at anything outside of an Apple Watch as a luxury item. So when they go out and they ask, well, what's a good $300 watch? They think that is a luxury timepiece, even though if you've been in the watch community for any period of time, that is absolutely affordable and anybody can buy that. That being said, I love affordable watches. And on this channel, I do mostly affordable watches, some luxury timepieces. I have some coming up in the future. But here is another affordable watch from Welly Merck. This is the WM175 vintage dial. Now, Welly Merck, like a lot of other watch companies, have finally taken the hint and changed their branding from Welly Merck to just a WM. Now, Christopher Ward has done the same thing. When you look at their older style watches, Christopher Ward was plastered on the dial, and so was Welly Merck. And the good news is, like Christopher Ward has changed to just simply a logo, Welly Merck has done the same thing. What this has done is cleaned up the dial a little bit, made it a little more elegant and minimal, which I think is a massive pro. Hey, I'm Chase. This is All Things Random, mostly watch reviews with some random stuff sprinkled in between. If you are here, do me a favor, hit the subscribe button. It's free, it doesn't cost you anything. Exquisite Timepieces is going to be doing a giveaway. They're sponsoring a giveaway for a watch that they're sending me that I will review in the next couple weeks. You got to be a subscriber. The goal is to give it to a subscriber probably by Christmas time. If I can get it in the next couple weeks, I'll do a review, take a look out for that. Then I will try to give it away by December 1st. The goal is to be at 20,000 subscribers. But if we're just right around that cusp, I'm still going to do the giveaway, but there's going to be some stipulations, but you got to watch the video. So look forward to that. As always, I'm a detail person first, right in the beginning of the watch specs, the overall design, then my opinions at the very end. So let's get into it. Now, if you've been around the block for some time, you know that this resembles a Seiko SKX, like the 007 or even the new Seiko 5 models. That being said, the overall case diameter of this is going to be 44 millimeters, so it is slightly larger. The lug-to-lug is going to be 49.7, again, slightly larger. The case thickness of this is going to be under 12 millimeters at 11.7, which is nice, and the lug width of this is going to be 22 millimeters. So sadly, no chase strap is going to be fitted to this. That being said, I do have some chase straps coming into the channel. Chase Straps, my own personal watch strap company. Now we're going to be doing not just 20 millimeter, but 22 millimeter. So maybe you'll see this on a strap in the future. The case material is made of 316L stainless steel. It is the industrial standard. Standard brushing along the side, high polish along the top, and it does have a stainless steel bracelet to match. The stainless steel bracelet is a 5-linked bracelet, brushed links on the outside, brushed link along the center, then those half links, center links sort of separating those brushed are high polished. That comes down into, sadly, a butterfly clasp. This is one of the things that I dislike the most on sports watches. And I say that because sports watches are meant to be sporty. Indoors, outdoors, in the water, out of the water. They're not dress watches. I don't mind a butterfly clasp on a dress watch, but not on a sports watch, because if I jump in the water, because this has 200 meters of water resistance, I don't want it to slunk down my wrist, right? To fall down my wrist because my wrist is shrunk and then not be able to adjust it from there. I think micro adjustments are extremely important on dive watches. I think this is a massive oversight that a lot of companies do. Now you can see the case back is an open display case back displaying the Miyota 8215 automatic movement. This thing is 21 joules, 21,600 vibrations an hour with a power reserve of around 42 hours. This is a workhorse movement. It's in a lot of affordable watches, and this one is no different. It's not a pretty movement. I wish they would have done a stereo case back, but that being said, Let's get into the dial, then we'll do the functionalities of the movement. The dial is a black dial. It has an arrow hand for the minute hand, a sword hand for the hour hand, then a standard second hand with almost like a lollipop as a counterbalance. Again, one of the things that I do love is the WM just underneath the 12, making the dial pretty sterile, pretty minimal, with only writing just above the 6 that says automatic, and then 200 meters of water resistance, 20 bar. It does have a date at the 4 o'clock position and a crown at the 4 o'clock position. Again, reminiscent of those Seiko dive watches. One of the things that I don't like about this watch is the fact that it doesn't have a screw down crown, which to me is kind of odd because a watch with 200 meters of water resistance generally has a screw down crown. I say that because I did have a Citizen Aqualand ProMaster diver that also didn't have a screw down crown, and I use that for free diving and scuba diving all the time. So I'm going to have to believe that it's 200 meters of water resistance, but I just don't like the fact that the crown is unsecure. My own personal opinion. It also doesn't have crown guards, which again, I don't like. The Miyota 8215 does offer hacking and hand winding. Pull it out to the first position and you can change the date pretty easy. Pull it out to the second position or the outermost position and the watch functions quite well. Everything is smooth. You can see that as it rounds up to the 12 o'clock position, this does not have a quick changeover date, but this watch is under $150, so I think I can forgive that. Dead flat piece of sapphire crystal, which is really nice to see. And with this thing at 50 millimeters, just under 50 millimeters of the lug to lug, you can see on my 7¼ inch wrist, it does fit a little bit big. Again, this can be slightly forgiven because this is a sports watch. If you are going to use a dive watch for diving, you don't want it to be small. That being said, nobody really uses automatic dive watches anyway, but if you want it in a sporty environment, a slightly larger watch can easily be forgiven. It's not a dress watch. This is not meant to be worn in a suit. So now that the details are out of the way, what are my overall opinions about this watch? I think that if you want a good, affordable watch, especially one that kind of resembles a Seiko, then this is a great option. The watch market has exploded in the past, and watches that were $100, $200 back in the day are now $300, $400, $500, and I'm looking at you, Seiko. A lot of people thought of Seiko as more of an affordable option, and they're just not anymore. In fact, some of their Seiko models are over $1,000, which to me is insane. And that's exactly where something like the Welly Merck comes in to kind of close that gap. Because people are leaving the average middle-class person behind who likes to collect watches, and they're just becoming way too expensive, way too extravagant, and some people just want a simple dive watch, something that's minimal that they can toss on their wrist and wear in any type of environment. On vacation, right? With a polo shirt and some jeans, right? With some swimming trunks out on the beach without having to worry about ruining their watch, right? That's what some people want, just an everyday watch. And this is a great everyday beater. That was Seiko for a long time. Toss your Seiko SKX 007. It is a beater watch. The bezel was misaligned and everything else, and now those are so extremely expensive, over $500 if you look for one that's used. Even the Seiko 5 models offer like 50 meters of water resistance, which is garbage. So 200 meters of water resistance, a great beater. I think this is a great option. The cons of this watch. The bracelet. I already said that. I don't like the butterfly clasp on anything outside of a dress watch. I barely like it on a dress watch, but it can be forgiven because it's more of a dressy watch. I think the only sports watch that can get away with a butterfly clasp would be something like a Tissot PRX, because the way the bracelet is integrated and tapers down, it would look weird with anything outside of a butterfly clasp or a friction clasp. That being said, this is a sports watch. As a sports watch with 200 meters of water resistance, I want to be able to micro adjust my watch. This is one of the things that other affordable watch companies have done quite nicely. They've offered a glide lock style clasp on their watches. Even if you don't offer a glide lock style clasp, because it's not Rolex, You can offer something that offers some level of micro adjustment like Citizen does with just even a foldover, even a cheap foldover clasp, I think would have been better than a butterfly clasp. Just my own personal opinion. I'm sure a lot of people are going to agree with me. I'd love to hear your opinion down in the comments below. I do think you're getting a lot of bang for buck in this watch. Sapphire glass, automatic movement, 316L stainless steel. The finishing's not the best, but it's not the worst I've ever seen. And again, for just over $100, I think that just get a different strap if you don't like the bracelet. And I think that it's a pretty good buy if you're looking for a dive watch, especially one with this look. Anyway, what do you guys think about the video? Do you like it? Do you hate it? I'd love to hear your comments down in the comment section down below. In the description is the website if you want to check this watch out. Again, you can find it at discount for like $115. I think that for $115 or even $150, you'd be hard-pressed to find a watch similar that's not a Pagani design, which is just a straight homage, right? This is not a straight homage or a replica of another watch like Pagani design is, but it is an homage to, again, something like a Seiko. That being said, if you like the video, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. It's free. Remember, I do have that giveaway coming up. We're almost at 20,000 subscribers. Hit the notification bell. I have a lot of videos coming out in the future, and I'll see you guys in the next one.